Well, heartbreaking in the end, isn't it? I think it was an incredibly intense game for both sides. It's an awful way to end the game, really, with penalty kicks like that. And unfortunate, someone's going to, be heartbroken by it. But Munster's efforts today were heroic against a very, very powerful Toulouse side. And unfortunately, they go out of the competition now, but they can be very proud of themselves. The effort they put in today, I think it was phenomenal. Incredible effort throughout the whole game against the star-studded Toulouse side. Yeah, they did. Their fight all game was superb. I think it's incredibly disappointing for them, but they can take a lot from today's game. They showed passion, pride, work rate was through the roof, and they played really well. I think they were under pressure at times, and defensively, it was an incredible performance at times when they were under pressure. But I think if they look back in the game, they'll probably regret kicking the ball a little bit away too much in the second half when they were 24-14 up. But overall, it was just a phenomenal effort, and it's with the gods, isn't it? Penalty kicks in soccer and rugby is it's fairly unique, and unfortunately, Conor Murray missed, Ben Healy missed, and Toulouse go through now. They're a side that can still win the competition, but I don't think Munster get the rewards for the effort and the passion and the commitment they showed today. It was sensational. Yeah, they did. They matched Toulouse. I think the issues, I think the frustrating part when they look back is, the scrum was an issue, and that probably cost them the game. Joey Carberry missed 2 kickable penalties as well in the game, but Toulouse are always going to score tries. From Munster to scored 3. After the Mike Haley try, I think they kind of stopped playing a little bit, and they will look back, and the set piece, the scrums were a problem for them. Other than that, their discipline was superb throughout the whole game, and they attacked Toulouse, and they held on to the ball for long periods. I think they looked very, very comfortable in the first half, and they had to put in a massive defensive shift in the second half of kind of towards the tail end of the game. But it was an incredible effort, just an incredible effort from Munster. And look, when you peel back the layers and take the emotion out of it, they're lacking a little bit of depth, particularly off the bench and maybe in the front row area, and that's where Toulouse profited today. The players they were able to bring on, and that power and strength that they have. Loads of positives. I think they put pride in the jersey today, I think, Munster, and they probably, of course, you look back at the game and there's certain things that could have went a little bit better for them. Some of the passing, probably opportunities when people made line breaks. I think there was one in the second half there where Chris Farrell could have put Damien Dialende out in the wider channel. They're small things. To be honest, I think overall it was an absolutely brilliant performance from Munster. It's very difficult to do anything about the scrum when you come up against top-class international players like that, and it's an area that Munster really struggled in, and I think ultimately that's what cost them the game, the scrum. Otherwise, their breakdown work was brilliant. They turned Toulouse over so many times. The fence was rock solid, and I think the work rate was through the roof for them. So they can take a lot out of the game. There's loads of positives they can take, but the big negative is they're out in the quarter-final stage, and they probably don't deserve that. I think sport can be cruel at times, but I think everyone that came today and anybody that was watching on will be very proud of Munster. It's very difficult. Place kicks are, very, very difficult for both teams. They're fatigued. Lots of players were down with cramp before just heading into extra time. So it's pressure, isn't it? It's big pressure, and unfortunately for Munster, they didn't go well. Ben Healy missed, and he missed 2. Conor Murray missed 1. So Toulouse nailed theirs. Ramos and Dupont, Intimac got his kick as well. So it's a very tough way to go out, but somebody has to go through today. And Toulouse are into the semi-finals next week now. They're a brilliant side that are potential winners of this competition. So when you think of the effort from Munster and how good they've been in the last number of weeks, I think they can be very, very proud of the way they played. Well, they can build on this, can't they? You know, they've got the URC to challenge for now, and you know, I'm sure they'll be very sore, bruised, psychologically very kind of upset and disappointed with what happened today. But the crowd were immense as well, and it was a special day here. It just didn't finish with a special ending for Munster, and but as I said, they can be very proud. You can't fault them today. They attacked Toulouse at every opportunity, and they were very brave in the way they played. Probably went into themselves a little bit trying to protect the lead when it was 24-14, but overall, loads to build on, and they can still try and finish out the season and try and win the URC if they can. Well, it has to be the goal for them. I think it'll be hard to pick themselves up after this, I think, but there's a lot of positives in the game, and they play Leinster now in a couple of weeks to try and get secured at home quarter-final, possibly home semi-final, and maybe they'll be back here for a final. That'll be the goal for them, to try and win a trophy. But you know, the effort today and the performance was brilliant against a top-class side. It's difficult. Sport is difficult like that. They've got to galvanise each other now and pick each other up. But I think today was, if they lost by a lot today and played really poor, I think that's harder to pick yourself up. It's in the God's hands, really. Penalties, you know, and they can go any way. They can affect people differently, and it just wasn't to be for them in the end. I think Ben Healy had a drop goal attempt at the end. Everybody thought he won it in the stadium. Went right, so it's very small margins, and they could be in a semi-final. So they've got to try and pick themselves up. And I think when they look at it and they get over the disappointment, the initial disappointment, they'll be, very, very proud of what they did today.